I'm gonna skip the typical cookie cutter wedding ceremony script for these two because they follow no script. I was beyond elated when Casey and Demi asked me to do their wedding because these are two of my favorite people. What type of people, you may ask? The kind who run no one else's race but their own, who live with freedom from the shackles of societal expectations, the type who don't allow worry and stress to cloud sight of what is important. Assertive in their life decisions and thankful for every breath they are blessed with. I am privileged not only to know them, but to have intimate relationships with both of them. Upon meeting them individually, which we'll get to shortly, I knew that both of them were my kind of people. Easygoing, relaxed, compassionate, and most of all, real. For those of you that don't know, Casey and I met working together in a fine dining restaurant once upon a time. As is human nature, when I first met Casey, I judged him real hard based on his outward appearance. His tattoos and suave demeanor were a bit intimidating, not to mention his nightly high decibel takeoffs on his ungodly loud motorcycle up the highway leaving work. It was only later that I took time to get to know him that I realized he was far from what he appeared to be. A wonderful, gracious, and sweet man with class and dignity. When I found out he was only 20, I was flabbergasted. The maturity that he displayed from the onset was beyond his years. Jump ahead to now, and Casey is one of my dearest friends, someone who I can trust in a world full of fleeting honesty. Truly a kindred spirit, and nothing less than a brother to me. During Casey and I's time at Fleet Street, my brother from another, Marquise Bond, who I grew up with in North Carolina, moved to Baltimore to work at the restaurant with me. And of course, the OG handsome, Album begged Chef Mike to work in the kitchen with no experience, only a biomed degree from Hopkins, and a passion for cooking. Upon this alignment of the stars, we formed an unbreakable alliance, the likes of which the world has never seen. We made appearances at all of the who's who events and soirees of Baltimore's hospitality industry, doing virtually everything together, from getting lost in the woods after sunset, to staying up late listening to Bon Iver, to playing Can Jam by the harbor late nights after work. As our friendships collectively grew, we became dependent on each other in so many ways. But alas, there was a void in all of our lives. As time went on, it became very clear that we all needed to find our own significant others who truly understood our handsomeness. The day I first saw Demi, I knew that her and Casey would be a great match. That sounds odd and borderline creepy, I know, but I vividly remember that day with the utmost clarity. Fleet Street Kitchen had been bought out and was dissolving beneath Casey and I. It was a very difficult time for all of us handsome boys, as we had invested so much of ourselves in this thing we were very proud of, but knew that it would never again be the same. So being the opportunist that I inherently am, I went in for an interview with a new concept in a place in Baltimore. During my 3 years in Baltimore, I had never been to this place. Casey, being the homie he was kind enough to give me a ride. That day remains as one of the most beautiful days I have ever experienced in Baltimore in so many ways. This beautiful sunshiny day in late October would change the course of both of our lives for the better. We arrived in this new area we had never been early for my interview, and as I walked into our house and took in the space before my interview, I spotted a beautiful young woman with a glowing aura about her. There was Demi interviewing for a bartending position. Even from afar, I could see that she carried herself with poise and grace and had the ability to change the vibe of any room that she entered. I knew that Casey would be head over heels for a girl like her. Once some time had passed, Demi and I had both been given jobs at our house. I was able to get to know her a bit and thoroughly vet her before introducing her. It was after one of our first shifts together that Demi and I went to the legendary Remington Dive Bar, formerly known as Long John's, that I confirmed her worthiness to meet my handsome brother. We talked for hours about life and the ways of the world. She impressed me with her grounded, down-to-earth demeanor and ability to find beauty in all things. From that point, before either of them saw each other, I knew this was meant to be. A few weeks later, I had Casey Marquise and Album come visit me at my new job, and sure enough, I didn't even have to introduce them before Demi saw Casey and approached me saying, "When are you going to introduce me to your future?" The rest, of course, is fairy tale history. They started courting each other and quickly fell in love. Watching you two grow has been tons of fun. Seeing how comfortable you are together is amazing and inspiring. It was only yesterday when we were the people I just mentioned, wide-eyed and eager for our stories to be written, sharing pages and chapters as everything comes together to this very moment where we are right now. Your fairy tale is only just beginning. The two of you are such wonderful people who hold more promise than anyone I know. Life will take you where it wants to at times, but you two will always be in front of it. Things will never be perfect, and you can't expect them to be. Such is the way of the world. But with love and support of all of the people who you see here around you, no time can be too rough. To quote one of my favorites, Henry David Thoreau, the price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it. Your time on this earth is your currency. It is the most valuable asset any of us holds. And in each other is where your largest investment lies. You both have great heads on your shoulders and even bigger hearts in your chests. Sometimes it will be hard to know which to follow, but there isn't anyone I have more faith in to do so than you. I look forward to yours and our future together. Growing old, letting our kids grow up together, and traveling the world. Never forget you have all of us at the drop of a hat, and that you can weather any storm. Any storm, by having confidence in yourselves. Go now and seize today and every day that follows as your journey unfolds beautifully, while all of us read along, teeming with anticipation for each new chapter. I speak for everyone here when I say, I am tremendously proud of you both and love you deeply. That is enough from me. All right? You guys tell us why we're here.
Okay. I'm gonna cry already. I'm the luckiest person in the world to have found my true soulmate. The person that shares my ambitions, that fulfills my dreams, encourages my ideas, and makes me feel like I will never have to face any challenges alone, because I know I found my best friend and my true love. I can't imagine loving anyone the way I love you. From the moment I saw you, you were all I could think about. You consumed my thoughts, and now you have my entire heart. When we're together, no matter what we're caught up in, there's nothing better, and nowhere I'd rather be. I'm honored to be your wife, and I'll love you every damn day.
God.
I vow to honor and trust this relationship every day because I know how lucky I am that we found each other, and that you chose me. I vow to care for you and comfort you in times of sickness and in health. I vow to never take our love for granted, and I promise to be the best wife possible so that you can be the best version of you. I vow to love you and cherish you always.
Demi, I feel like I've known about this day my entire life. I truly believe it was always meant to be this way. And I couldn't imagine a single thing differently. There isn't a single thing on earth I wouldn't do for you. Your dreams are my dreams. Your goals are my goals, and I love the vision that we have created together. I vow to support you throughout life's adventures and follow you wherever it takes us. I vow to protect you with every ounce of strength in my body, yet listen and console when silence is what is needed. I'll be here through sickness and in health, the good and the bad, and all that lies in between. I will love you forever.
With this ring forever and ever.
Forever and ever. With this ring, forever and ever. Say it. Say it.
And now, by the power vested in me and the internet, I pronounce these two, husband and wife. Please, go ahead and kiss.
All right. Do it.
Lean